Hello guys, what's up? Little Hollow here, and I'm back with some more Dragon Age Inquisition. I've just been in the mood to play this. I'll eventually get back to 3 houses to finish my Golden Deer playthrough, and to do the other playthroughs for it, because I want to completely finish that game. That game was absolutely fun, and I'd recommend it to anyone. I just wish there was Switch ports for the older Fire Emblem games, because I definitely would have loved to play those. Just based on 3 houses. So, we had established camp right outside of Master Dennett's place. Oh, let me move this out of the way. I always keep forgetting to do that. Oh, there's one of those ocularium things or whatever.
I suppose this must be Master Dennett.
Apparently so. Can you lockpick that? No. Actually. Alright, so he actually lets you know if you're able to do it. That's good to know.
Let's look around.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Here you're trying to bring order back. Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
Yeah.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Glad to hear it. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need.
Alright.
So then you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden Forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Awesome. Alright, so in order to get him to help.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack
I
us.
remember that.
They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
Good day to you. Alright, got established for you.
Fancy trying out one of my courses?
No.
I'll speak with you later.
I do not trust myself. So I talked to this guy, so I guess over here. Can you just... No, it's still there. Ooh, a Dawn Lotus.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
Makes
You
sense.
said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
Alright, we don't really need to worry about the camps right now. Let's deal with the wolves first. Or should I deal with... No, they're all over the place. It's better to deal with the wolves first. What the crap is that sound?
Nothing to report, sir.
Might as well get spindleweed. I don't know when it's going to come in handy, but it might. Yeah, I think I might avoid that. I don't know what level this area is. Can't remember, but I remember last time I went through this, one of them was like too high of a level for me. Yo, no. This game's running perfectly fine now, at least. For the most part. Doesn't seem that hard. Then again,
those are the wolves Elena wanted us to kill.
are they? I think we have to kill more of them. You know, pack leaders, probably like at the center of the place.
If I was a crazy demon wolf, I'd lair up in a nice cave like that one.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a demon. Oh, he dodged. Oh, technically I didn't hit him, so. I forget what they're weak to.
Dead, the farmers should have no more trouble with the wolves.
Oh, Onyx.
Yes,
That's new.
normal wolves will take a sheep here and there, but they won't attack the farmers.
Crystal Grace. What's this arrow that's ahead of me? Oh, the mages. I was so confused. I was like, why? Yeah, they're along those walls, but before we head down, let's keep looking up here. Since we already found a chest, there's no telling what could be up here. Just looting over here then. I think we can head back after this. Yeah, I want to avoid that rift, so I'm just going to work back here. God, there's so many quests all over the place. This is going to take forever to do everything. I might ride the horse around everywhere, but where's the fun in that? Let's see. We have to go hunt down those watchtowers.
You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
The wolves should be back to normal now. They shouldn't be any further trouble.
That's good to hear. I'll send word to the farmers and let my husband know what you've done. It may not seem like much, but you've given this land hope it desperately needed.
Oh, heck. Alright. Actually, you know, I might actually use the horse for this next part, because it's just hang around to these places. They all disappear. Oh, there's a rift here. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's... We'll just wait. Oh, I can close it now. Guess I wasn't need to disrupt after all. You are definitely fast at showing up, I'll give you that.
You know,
Oh. I'll just walk then.
I met him too. The only thing they seem to have in common is a tendency to burn things.
That pretty much sums up the Antam, yes.
God dang it, I missed, like, the conversation because apparently it continues on even when you're on your horse, apparently. Okay, I'm walking. No more horsies. What's this? Endrin, they're telling everyone to leave until the mages and Templars stop burning everything down. I saw the way the merchants were looking, though. If we just flee, they'll pick our houses clean. I'm taking our little project to the cave in the hills up north. You know the one, it'll be safe there until this all blows over. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that. Oh, it's an Embrium. Another one. Let's see. This one, that third one must be pretty far off. At least somewhat decently. Alright, what's the best way to get to the third one? No, it's on the other side of Fort Connor. Oh, I guess I can finally take care of those 2 Templars I just kind of ignored. Yeah! That went well. I'll just start looting everything. Iron. I wonder how much iron I have at this point. But, like, so much right now. Always need more health root, though. Why is there fighting music? There's no one around. Oh. Let's just, I could always get more Fennec Fur if I really needed it. Just keep pressing on. Should be up here. Then after this, we can finally head back and start talking. You know, to the new members and everything. Oh. Kill that warrior! Ooh, deflected. Braid of rank. God, they're like roaches. Let's head over back to Haven. I'm gonna try and start recording videos ahead of time because I'm not gonna be able to record videos after like Thursday night because I've got to deal with graduation on Friday.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Conclave destroyed, a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed.
Yeah.
The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Still a lot of work ahead.
You're there when
Sir Ryden has a report on
Meredith lost her mind.
As I was saying.
Let's check you some more.
I trust all is well.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
What are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems.
Yeah, fair.
If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hand.
Makes sense. Yeah, but what sort of abilities do you have?
The Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come
Did
from
you see
lyrium
that
and are
person just
designed to hunt
fly
mages.
across the screen?
Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, so that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will.
That's cool.
Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt most holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order.
Huh.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
I've no more questions.
Why would it be impossible for mages?
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
You sound like you want to head down there and give the troops some pointers.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. The Inquisition's already too large for that. The Chargers are big enough for me. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
And maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not.
Pretty much.
If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Canary. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could. What can I do for you?
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get started on that table and like the other stuff, so the timer starts counting down. That way I can go around talking to everyone. After all, I do want to get to know my teammates better.
That mercenary band that joined the Inquisition, the Bulls Chargers, they've got a healer of their own. He showed me some tricks. Got a demon claw wound to stop festering faster than I'd ever seen.
I've heard good things about the Chargers. Polite and respectful they are.
Everyone's respectful around us. Never know when they might need their guts shoved back in.
Yeah, but interesting.
Speak only the word. Sing only
Researcherman,
the chant.
you return.
Then the golden city is thine.
Fair.
Yeah. Not gonna go anywhere, though I could technically make my way to the Templar place. I have enough power. So I need 4 points in the category. Extra XP from killing's nice, but it's 5%. How far would that increase? Hmm. So this is how I get more schematics. I think I'll do underworld knowledge. I always like getting more knowledge. Let's see. Oh. It's one of those free items, I guess. Truth or dare. What? They want to sign their names on the red lyrium? Oh my god. A Ben has stress report, blah blah blah. On 3 members, all have possible claims. The cousin, Carolina, already Duchess by marriage, his daughter, Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete, and the fact that her father pushed her into life of service to Chantry after his wife died. Death, like to protect her from dangers of the game. And his brother, John Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who's been searching for power. Caroline is capable, not overly invested in overseeing lights personally, Monette would be the easiest, most manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Oh yeah, I think Collins is the best one here. Oh yeah, I need to deal with the church, though. Oh yeah, report. More money, yay. Colon dressing. Oh, sweet, an amulet. Let's build the watchtowers. Oh.
Let us begin.
Probably should have waited. The bog unicorn? Sure.
Let's see what we have.
Hard and high down 3.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then head out. Because I don't need to go anywhere yet. Now we can spend like the next half hour just talking to people.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
Yes,
And there
yes.
is but one word.
Alright.
Have you seen Enchanter Vivienne? That's the picture of what a circle mage should be.
Blessed are the
Eliana,
peacekeepers, the champions of the
our
just.
companion from the first game.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written.
I'm curious
Is
how
that
she
what
got
you
involved
want
with the
from us?
divine.
Blood. To die so that your will is done, is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
Then we can only guess at what he wants. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he?
Oof.
I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then.
Alright.
We will speak later.
Let me just wait, because there's this guy going to be showing up.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Wait. What are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
Yeah, but...
You'd kill him. Just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
I'm sure most of your decisions are fine, but that one? A little extreme.
Extreme? Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Yeah, but, you know.
If you don't like what you do, it's a pretty good sign you're doing something bad.
That is certainly one way to put it. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
No problem, just don't want you to see, you know, you losing your morality.
Thanks for checking anyway.
Alright, now I'm going to go talk to Iron Bull. I want to hear him talk.
How's it going?
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrat.
Ben Hasrat is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
Well, I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
Fair.
None of those sound exactly like you.
I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children.
Oh,
I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Huh.
Obviously, you made it out alive.
I wasn't sure I would, but I honestly didn't care at that point. I just couldn't keep fighting that fight. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago. Thanks, though. What can I do for you?
More
Let's know
conversations.
more about the Kunari.
You writing a book?
It's your culture, and I'd like to know you better.
You could just ask.
I am.
All right. What do you want to know?
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Huh.
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Cube. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
Fair.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasrath.
Must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. What you're supposed to be.
Huh.
That's a good day.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the cube? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
I heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day. Leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
So you've never really made love? Connected with someone in both body and soul?
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a leather-wrapped rod on a harness. That wasn't really my soul. Also, there were more than two people.
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talbasha, deserters.
What about Kunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Kossith,
See you
huh?
later, Bull.
See ya.
Well, let's go ahead.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for Kunari, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye.
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is it strange to work for Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Same.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
Alright, let's talk again. Come on, let's talk. Do you have no more lines?
How's it going?
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Qun. Just, I don't know, job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why the name, though?
Why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
See you later, Bull.
Alright. Oh yeah, I also have to make sure to talk to them at least a little bit, because otherwise I get annoyed.
Need something?
I remember that.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives.
Big surprise.
I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
Where are the rest of Hawke's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's brother Carver is still in the Free Marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her.
Probably. Alright, talk to Sarah, my least favorite person.
Research a minute.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again.
Yeah.
Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud? Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid. And smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all chosen Lord Herald?
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
Uh-huh. Alright, I'll talk to you just a bit more.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got
Yeah.
a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Oh my god, he accidentally...
I'll be back if I need you.
God, you could just straight up tell her... Okay, I gotta be careful not to accidentally just tell her to go away.
Greetings. I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
You're an apostate. Yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new.
Huh.
Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me check the inner circle, see whose quests. Yeah, we have to go around dealing with those, the red lyrium deposits. I should talk to Vivian here. No, I already talked to her. Might as well.
Did you need something, darling?
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
Sounds good.
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt.
So there's a tome across multiple locations. Yikes. Okay, I think I've talked to all the companions at least once. The current ones anyways. Now let's...
We are garnering interest from the capital.
You're not pleased?
I am not convinced we are prepared for the full scrutiny of Val Royeaux.
Let's see... Oh, wrong one. This is the... It's the other ones that got done with it. Wait, where's the Leonas then? I actually thought those were done. Oh, there. The riders in Kirkwall? So literally just... Let's go ahead and put you on the case. Barrick approves. Oh yeah, let's switch out the quest, because I can't do that right now. Let's go there now. Wait, oh, wrong one. I don't know, what? Now I'm confused. I confused myself. You could go to the Black Emporium. Well, I'll go there another time. This is probably our best bet, because then... No, right there it is. What? Oh. I don't know, I just see X. Because of, like, how much I've been playing the Switch, I think that's why. Because they're literally flipped on, like, the Joy-Cons and the controllers for the Switch. Anyways, I think I'll end the episode here. And then I'll immediately start back up with us on our way to the mages. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. See ya!